Hey guys, I'm going to show you the parry mechanic in action and give you some advice on how to get better at it. I wanted to share the base strategy that I follow with Orochi, and I try and parry as many of the top heavy attacks that I can and some of the easier predictable side heavy and unblockables, and those would be from the Raider, the Lawbringer, and Kensai, for example. And kind of the rule of thumb I follow with the deflect is just for the side light attacks, or I just generally dodge out of the way, just because trying to parry a light attack from the side is fairly difficult if you're not in the zone or ready for it, and you can get punished if you're not good on the timing with that. So deflecting or dodging sometimes is just better than trying to parry the quick light attack from the side. There's actually a fairly easy way to practice parrying and get quite a bit better at it, and you don't have to really wait for queue times or anything. And what I do is I'll queue up against a level 3 bot, and I'll just strictly practice parrying and throwing the odd deflect, as I'm fairly comfortable with that already. But it helps me really kind of warm up before I go into matchmaking and gets you ready to implement the parry mechanic in live play, which makes a huge difference, and I'll showcase that here in the next few clips. The theme that I noticed is that with inexperienced players is they don't really utilize the parry mechanic and understand quite the power that it does have and the chain of events that you can do after a proper parry. And you kind of see in this clip here, I had a really good parry here early on, and I was able to kind of run a chain on this Kensai. And this ended up just being a quick round rather than just a stalemate back and forth or having me to force something. And I'll show the other two parts of this duel, and I was able to get a few good parries on this Kensai this round and really capitalize on those and get some damage on him. And there's one thing for sure I can say, as I've been more confident with the parrying mechanic, I've enjoyed this character a lot more, and I haven't really been afraid of any matchups since I've been able to basically master this. You'll find against really good players that the combat will be back and forth, but a great parry can open up a window for you to kind of capitalize and run train on somebody, and I'll showcase that here after this clip. But in this clip, I basically wanted to include it just because I was parrying this guy quite a bit in the previous rounds, so he knew that I was able to do that, so it really kind of created a unique fighting situation, which was really fun, I thought. And he's able to feint him out here and just throw him off the edge for some style points to finish off the match. This was a match against a Rep 11 Warden, and he chunked me pretty good at the beginning here, but I was able to turn it around after that parry I had. And one of the biggest things that I want to highlight is as soon as you do a really good parry against a player, they know that they can't get any free hits on you just because you can do that and capitalize on them after. And I was able to win this round after that parry and get things started, which just kind of outlines just the sheer power of a parry and what you can do off of it. Being able to parry is one of the strongest assets to your kit, and combined with deflecting on Orochi makes a pretty balanced defense system, which makes you a pretty viable threat. So this is one of the intense matches that I had against this Kensai, and he knew every trick in the book. I was able to do an insane parry from the side here off his feint and really turn it around on him. And this is just kind of an example of how parrying can save your life and allow you to win the match, because I definitely would have lost that if I didn't parry that. This is where that practicing the parrying came into play, because I was able to recognize that he was feinting and then still get that parry and in a very small window. So this is just kind of the last part of the clip where I'm practicing parrying against this Kensai again, and you really have to be good at the timing, because if you're slow to get that attack off after the parry, people can recover and get that block in, and sometimes you'll want to switch it up from doing the top heavy after the parry, do a side, or even possibly respond with a guard break. But thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you learned a little bit about the parry mechanics.